a horde of ravenous orcas descended upon an isolated young whale. The aquatic predators seemed set to rip the juvenile apart, but at the pivotal moment, an unlikely savior emerged. The depths of the Pacific contain myriad hidden embarrassments and enigmas. On a typical day, a cluster of marine researchers embarked on their investigative journey aboard their seafaring craft, intending to survey the migration patterns of gray whales. However, destiny had a more extraordinary event lined up for them. As the sunlight began to tint the horizon with gentle rose hues, an atypical spectacle caught the researchers' gaze. In the distance, they observed a solitary whale calf appearing lost in the boundless aquatic expanse. The researchers cautiously drew nearer to assess the situation. The calf looked terrified and bewildered, exceptionally young and in need of its mother's care. Watching with unease, they noted the young one spinning in distress, emitting sorrowful noises as if crying out for assistance. Upon closer inspection, they discovered it was a young blue whale, the largest species on Earth. But where was its mother? They combed the nearby vicinity for any signs of an adult blue whale, but their efforts were fruitless. The calf was utterly alone in the oceanic wilderness. The team agreed not to send ripples of fear through the already spooked calf and instead continued to monitor it from a distance, hoping for a positive turn of events. As the day progressed, the situation remained bleak. The calf's frantic search for its mother yielded no results, but took it further from the coastline. By midday, troubling signs began to surface. The calf showed fatigue, its movements growing lethargic, and its cries subsiding in frequency. The marine experts knew that without its mother's sustenance, the little one's odds of survival were slim. Suddenly, the calm sea around the calf was disturbed. A pod of orcas had zeroed in on what they perceived to be easy prey. The monochromatic aquatic hunters closed in on the defenseless calf, forming a tightening circle around it. Witnessing the impending tragedy from their craft, the helpless researchers watched in dread. The orcas, renowned for their cooperative hunting techniques, made their aggressive move. The largest among them targeted the calf's tail fin in a swift motion, attempting to pull it under the water's surface. Despite its terrified resolve, the calf's attempts to ward off its attackers were futile against their overwhelming numbers. With a sorrowful bellow echoing over the water, the calf's predicament elicited immediate empathy from the spectators. It seemed the young one's destiny was grim, but amidst this darkness, something extraordinary unfolded. The tranquil surface of the water was disrupted by stirring ripples, culminating in the emergence of massive shapes, humpback whales. They appeared from nowhere to protect the defenseless calf of an entirely different species, leaving the observers astonished. Typically avoiding confrontation with orcas, these humpback whales were now aggressively taking the offensive. They plunged their bulky forms into the orca formation, igniting disarray in the predator's synchronized operation. The surrounding waters transformed into a turbulent battleground. Whipping their enormous tails to stir up powerful waves, the humpbacks used this maneuver to disorient the orcas and distract them from their target. But the humpbacks didn't stop there. They brandished their enormous 5-meter-long pectoral fins as weapons. The lethal capability of these half-ton fins even posed a threat to seasoned hunters. Caught off guard by such staunch resistance, the orcas began to backpedal. However, a couple of exceptional humpback whales weren't prepared to allow an easy retreat, opting instead to chase the predators further away. It was an extraordinary spectacle that left the researchers flabbergasted. They documented each moment, conscious of the unprecedented nature of their observation. Once the orcas had vanished from sight, there was a collective sigh of relief. The calf was safe, scared, yet unharmed. With the imminent threat mitigated, the humpback whales began to scatter, each in its direction. But they didn't abandon the calf. A significant female humpback swam near him, nuzzling him in a distinct pattern. The biologists inferred she was guiding him toward more peaceful waters. For hours, they watched as she kept him company, frequently imparting her reassuring presence to comfort him post-trauma. The emotional resonance of this sight caused several crew members to shed tears. As twilight fell, the researchers spotted a group of blue whales in the offing. The humpback, as if aware her task was nearly complete, gently guided the calf toward them. It appeared she was entrusting the young one to the companionship of its own species. The blue whales, intrigued by the approaching calf, showed genuine curiosity. One of the females swam closer, observing the baby with great care. After a few moments, she seemed to make a choice. The young whale was received into the group, and soon they began to move away. The mother humpback watched the departing group for a while, before turning and swimming in the opposite direction. Her task was complete. She had safeguarded a defenseless infant's life and offered it an opportunity to thrive. This unexpected event left the scientists astounded. They couldn't comprehend witnessing such a profound display of interspecies empathy and benevolence firsthand. This encounter drastically changed their perceptions of whale behavior and emotional aptitude. In the following days, the team continued their research, but discussions kept returning to the incredible rescue. They compiled additional data and soon unearthed that this wasn't an isolated incident. It was revealed that humpback whales had been observed several times, defending not just their own species, but also other marine animals against orca attacks. This sparked curiosity about the reason for such behavior. Researchers were especially intrigued by a similar instance that had transpired in Antarctica's icy waters a few years prior. Here, a humpback whale heroically saved a seal from being attacked by orcas. This unbelievable event was recorded on tape, causing a significant stir within the scientific community. According to first-hand testimonies, the seal, seeking safety from the orcas, found refuge on the humpback's body, taking cover in a crevice on the colossal side fin of the whale. Instead of repelling the unsolicited guest, the humpback actively participated in its rescue. For 20 minutes, the humpback swam belly up, safeguarding the seal. It skillfully maneuvered the orcas away from its charge until the danger had passed. Only then did the brave humpback cautiously return the seal to the water. This case, along with the previously witnessed young whale incident, made the researchers rethink their understanding of the emotional realm of whales. They began to realize that these remarkable creatures possessed a depth of emotion far more complex than they had initially believed. Researchers invested several months examining the obtained data and comparing it with other recorded instances. The conclusion was that only a profound sense of empathy could account for the behavior displayed by humpback whales. These enormous aquatic animals seem to have an instinctual urge to safeguard the weak and defenseless, even if those in need belonged to different species. Such a finding led to significant queries in the scientific community about the existence of altruism in the animal kingdom. News of the heroic whale activities traveled far and wide, eliciting awe from countless individuals worldwide. The implications of this discovery were momentous. It altered not just the scientific perception of whale behavior, but also swayed public sentiment. People began to view these awe-inspiring marine titans in a fresh light, realizing their complexities. The mounting interest in whales led to more robust conservation efforts. Many nations adjusted their laws to better protect these marine mammals. New marine sanctuaries were established, and the scopes of existing ones were broadened. In a world that can often appear harsh and uncaring, the notion of selfless concern and mercy persists. Surprisingly, these values are sometimes imparted not by humans, but by the fascinating dwellers of the deep blue sea. Who knows, perhaps as we continue learning about these oceanic behemoths, we might uncover more about nature and discover something vital about ourselves.